Hello. How are you?
Good. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a subject I know a lot about, and that's how to deal with depression and anxiety while traveling alone. I'm currently here in Ubud, and I'm gonna go for a motorcycle ride. The sun is out, it's totally beautiful. I'm done my work for the day. So let's go for a drive and I'll give you a first-person perspective as I drive around northern Ubud, up roads I've never been before. Let's have an adventure and I'll tell you how I personally overcame my depression and conquered my social anxiety and my fear of death. Maybe it can help you. Let's go. When I was 6 years old, my parents divorced. I can't say whose fault it was. They were both kids. They had me when they were 19 and 20 years old. Oh geez, here comes the cops. And so I had only a few memories of my parents being together. Most of them were nice, and some of them were horrible. My dad was a genius and a bit of an egomaniac. Very charming and very, very terrible at communicating. He would expect me to be a genius, and he expected me to be into all of the things that he was into. So he really liked mathematics. I don't like mathematics. So he would try to teach me algebra when I was 6 years old, and when I wasn't into algebra, he would show his disappointment by not talking to me for 2 or 3 days. And then he would go back to loving me. So, very early on, I established this relationship with my father, which was, don't bother trying to talk to him, there's nothing to say. And if you do anything, you're probably going to disappoint him and he'll stop talking to you. My mom was a sweetheart. Is a sweetheart. But anyway, I'm not blaming them. What happened happened, but it kind of messed me up getting divorced so young. Then on top of that, I had gynecomastia. When I hit 12 years old, I grew man boobs, which are basically enlarged nipples. And being a young man, holy shit. Let me get through here alive. No? Okay, that's a one-way street. God. Okay, being a young man who is now becoming interested in women, having breasts didn't help with my self-esteem. Plus, I didn't know anything about how to attract women. I was very creative, and as I became older, being highly creative meant I hated every single job that I had, because no jobs I had were creative. I worked in the trades, I worked in restaurants, not as a cook, I had no interest in cooking. But every job that I had, I would usually get bored of it and quit or get fired because I had no enthusiasm for the work. Therefore, I was usually short on money. So, I sucked with girls, and I didn't have any money. This is just a real recipe for depression. Plus, I had body dysmorphia. When I was 27, I Googled man tits, and I found out I could get liposuction and remove the man boobs, which I did, and I felt immediately better. That's why I try not to shame people who want to get cosmetic surgery, even though I realize now with everything that I know, I could have been just as happy with the man boobs, but that's another story. But I really suffered, man, throughout my 20s with depression. I even had suicidal thoughts. I really sucked at talking to girls, and I had high levels of shyness and social anxiety. Then I found these online forums that taught you how to pick up girls. No joke. And they were helpful, but what that did is it introduced me to the idea of self-improvement. And being a writer, I started writing about my own self-improvement journeys, and this led into a lifelong love of learning about psychology and self-development and self-improvement, spirituality, and now people pay to talk to me. They pay me for advice when it comes to how to meet girls and how to cure depression and social anxiety and stuff like that. So even just a few years ago, about 5 years ago, I went into a pretty steep depression once again. My business was failing. I didn't know what to do with my life. I just wasn't happy, and I felt really sad a lot of the time, even though I've been traveling, and I had moments of happiness, moments of peace, and I thought that's just the way I am. Maybe I actually do have a chemical imbalance. Maybe I need to go on some pills. However, I can proudly say I cured that depression without resorting to antidepressants, and I cured my anxiety. And I'm going to tell you my philosophy on happiness and how I'm able to travel around the world totally alone, and I'm pretty much happy all the time. My life is fucking awesome, and I want everyone to have an awesome, happy life. And you don't have to travel the world to be happy, trust me, but I'm going to tell you my philosophy. My first great love and the first step that I took in my journey is reading books. Reading great books, and some of the best books you'll ever read. Number one, there's a book called A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. He also wrote The Power of Now, which is much more famous, but A New Earth is basically ego for dummies. That book takes thousands of years of spiritual wisdom and condenses it into a simple book that Westerners can understand without all the spiritual mumbo jumbo. There's a little bit of it, but what that book taught me was that my thoughts are not reality. My thoughts are a story where I'm the director, I'm the writer, and the actor, the lead actor. And everyone else is actually, they were just playing a part, a character in this story that I created. So whenever you feel sorry for yourself, whenever you're feeling like you're not enough or that you don't belong or that your body is ugly, these are all thoughts. These are all a story that you've created and you're directing, and most people walk around completely unconscious that this is happening. They walk around and they call it monkey mind. Their mind is chattering and chattering and chattering all the time, constantly. This traffic's insane. Bali traffic. And they don't even write it down. Another thing I started doing was writing everything down. I love writing. I'm a professional writer, but I keep a journal daily. And instead of dumping all of my insecurities and angers and frustrations on other people, I go and I write it in my journal. And I say, I'm having a shitty day. I don't like my hair. You know, I wish that my kneecaps were sexier. I wish I had a lover who was beautiful and loved me back. Whatever it was that's pissing me off, I don't have enough money. That was a big one. I started dumping it in there. You don't need a therapist. A piece of paper and a pen can do wonders for your life, trust me. So I became very aware that my thoughts, my story, a lot of that was just based on childhood experiences. Like, your whole sense of identity is fiction. Here's the truth of who you really are. You're a human being. You're a fleshy, meaty creature made out of DNA and blood and bones. Right now I'm on a machine that takes gasoline to propel a motor that's driving me forward through space and time. But does time even exist? Okay, so when I'm feeling sorry for myself, I have this story going on in my head. The first thing I would do is stop and say, hey, this is a story I'm creating right now. This isn't reality. And in my last big depression, which was about 5 years ago, it had a lot to do with career and my ability to generate an income for myself and just have a life purpose. That's when I really solved it. I really feel I've solved it. Wow, look at this road. This is some real Bali jungle shit. Look at this. So I asked myself this one question. I was feeling really bad one day, really feeling sorry for myself. The story was just pumping. You know, you're never gonna make it, you're just a failure, you should have done so much more in your life by now. And I stopped and I said, hey, do I like feeling like this? So when you're in that state where you're feeling sorry for yourself, you're feeling bad, stop and become present exactly in that moment to how you're feeling and ask yourself this question: do I like feeling this way? Almost all of you will say no. But the thing is, most people don't ask themselves that. They don't ask themselves. They just feel it and they accept that's who they are or that's their state in the moment. I've never been down here. This is interesting. There's some really nice restaurants and roads here. Do you like feeling that way? No. Okay, so like I said, most people are unconscious. They're walking around like robot automatons with processes going on in their minds, and they never become conscious that they're even thinking. They don't even write down their thoughts, so it's completely wasted energy. I was feeling sad and I said, do I like this? No. And then I started asking the question, what led me to feel this way? What steps did I take yesterday or didn't take yesterday that led me to feel this way? Another thing I started doing was when I was feeling really good, when I was feeling super happy, I would become very present to that feeling and go, wow, I really like feeling this way. This feels good. I want more of this. Because here's the truth, nothing good comes from negative energy, nothing. There's no positive that you're going to gain out of being depressed other than realizing that you feel better and you have more success in life when you're not depressed. Yeah, I gotta turn this off and focus for a minute. What good has come in your life out of depression other than maybe leaving an abusive lover? Depression is a sign that something has to change. And different people have different lifestyle habits and thought patterns that contribute to this depression, this feeling of sadness. And so I became very conscious when I was happy. What was it that I did that led to me feeling happy? That led to me having abundance? And what did I do that led me to feeling sad? And I'm gonna do more of the shit that makes me happy and less of the stuff that makes me sad. This includes my internal dialogue, especially. But I'll get into the practical stuff, and I'll talk about anxiety soon. I'll tie it in. Look where we are, huh? So I started looking for patterns, and also I started looking into spirituality. Now, the main spiritual exercises that I performed that gave me more happiness in my life was meditation and manifestation specifically. The power of positive thinking. How gay is that? But it works. So the trick is you have to catch yourself when you're feeling shitty and become very present to the moment that you're telling a story in your mind that might not necessarily be true, and that story is creating more sadness in your life. There's something in the universe called the law of abundance. If you have a lot of something, you're going to get more of it. So if you have a lot of sadness and a lot of negativity, you're going to generate more of it. In prayer or meditation, if you say, I really want to be rich, I really want to meet a beautiful woman or a man, the universe and your subconscious as well, on a more practical level, does not hear, oh, here you go, I'll give you more of what you want. It hears, I'm poor, I'm lonely, I'm sad. And it just gives you more of that. Wanting and needing isn't going to work. You have to be in a state where you say, I have. I am so wealthy. I have so many clients. I'm so attractive. The world is so peaceful. My friends, my family are so happy and abundant and peaceful. And I would do this in a deep meditation every day. On top of that, I have something called Tony's Happy Map. And I'm going to tell you about the Happy Map in a minute. This road. So I made a mind map and I thought of all the things that weigh on me. Exercise. I wasn't exercising. Number one thing you can do for your mental health, burn your energy. Go to the gym, go for a run, do yoga, do something. So I started doing that. Number two was chores. All the things that you put off that build up that you know you're supposed to do but you don't do them, like your taxes, cleaning your room, making your bed, calling your grandmother who you haven't talked to in 3 years, stuff like that, paperwork. things you know will take a weight off your shoulders so you don't feel guilty every single day. What else? Socializing. Not just being completely isolated and alone all the time. This is something a lot of smart people do. Intelligent people think they can just read the internet all day, play video games for 6 hours, eat a bunch of junk food, and they call it researching, you know? No, you need to go be with people. It's a human need. I love being alone too, but that's on my list. And I did that with phone calls if I couldn't do it in person, or I at least go to a coffee shop and talk to somebody. Adventure. What am I doing right now? I'm having an adventure. Right? You can't just stay in your routine all the time. You need to break the routine. Humans are nomadic by nature. We're not meant to be farmers. We're not meant to stay in one place. We're not birds that make a nest and stay in the nest. You gotta fly, man. Adventure. What else was on the happy map? Drugs and alcohol. I found a really strong correlation by the amount of drugs and alcohol I did and how I felt the next day. I love getting fucked up, I won't lie. Oh, look at this. Let's pull in here for a second. Check this out. Yeah. Excuse my language, but I love getting fucked up. When I was a kid, I did LSD, mushrooms, MDMA, marijuana, mixing them all together. I tried everything, and because I wanted to know what's it like, you know, and it was fun. So I don't need to do that anymore. I've been through that, and what I found now in my age now is that if I even drink 3 beers, sure, I can have a fun time, but the next day my state is low, my emotional state is low. So you have to use that as a tool, as a way to find insights into things, you know, not just because it's your habit where you go and you drink 6 beers after work, play video games, don't deal with any of your chores, get no exercise, and then you're going to feel terrible. You're going, guaranteed. I have a chemical reaction in my body that makes me feel awful when I drink, so I try to avoid that, and that keeps me very happy. Same with marijuana. Once in a while, once a month, I go on what I call a spirit quest. I call it spirit walking. I just drink 3 or 4 beers, smoke a joint, and I go for a long, long walk for hours and hours and hours, and I have ideas like you wouldn't believe. And obviously meditation is on that list. No excuses. This isn't a video about the benefits of meditation, but if you meditate, then you know what I'm talking about. It'll change your life. And the last thing that I can remember at the moment on my happy map, what a sweet road. Look at this awesome road. Is work. I personally can't stand working at jobs that don't fulfill my soul or make me feel like I have a purpose that's contributing to the benefit of other people. So I was doing some jobs like selling insurance for credit cards, cleaning people's tables after they eat. And while you can, you know, every job doesn't have to be a social media influencer job or something. You have to find meaning and purpose in your work, and you have to do the work. Doing work makes you happy. Having a purpose makes you happy. So every day I work. I work like 7 days a week. Even right now, I'm working. I'm creating something. Oh yeah, and art. You can't just absorb art. As much as I love movies and I find great enjoyment, and it's almost like a meditation to read books, watch movies, creating things, not just absorbing things. That's on my map. So I write books, I make videos. I have a membership community where I talk about this kind of stuff with guys, self-development. I create things, and that makes me very happy. Some people like to do crafts, they paint, they draw, they make music. I'm also a musician. Mandatory. And I found if I do everything on Tony's happy map, I'm happy. And the universe gives you more of what you have abundance in. So when I start feeling bad, I stop and I go, what did I do yesterday or last week that's making me feel this way? Now we're talking. Look at this road, guys. Stunning. Stunning. Extraordinary. Yeah. Giggity. Okay. No, it's not sex, it's not parties that makes me happy. Like, that's part of celebration. That's another thing on the happy map, celebration. You have to take the time to celebrate sometimes. Monk mode kicks ass, but so does, what is this? So does celebrating. Sometimes you just have to party. Ubud. I think it's a resort. Oh yeah, there's a big glorious resort here. I love this road. Oh, this guy's filming his lady friend over there. But the most important question is to ask yourself, do I like this? Do I like feeling this way? And when you're traveling alone, you could be at home right now and not traveling at all, but you can really get into a slump, especially if you're shy and you have social anxiety. So I used to be very shy. I would literally have panic attacks talking to the opposite sex. And any public speaking, I was terrified of it. Guess what? With practice, you can improve. Oh, look at this cafe. Maybe we should stop and have a coffee later. Yeah, so what I did was I read all these dating expertise books, and I went out and I started cold approaching random women in bars. As misguided as it was hard as hell. But after years of trying, I eventually became very good at talking to strangers. I would say I'm one of the best people in the world at talking to strangers. That's why I started doing these YouTube videos. I also worked on my public speaking. Notice how I don't say very often. Yeah. Hopefully all of this gets recorded. Yeah, now we're in nature, baby. And I cured my social anxiety by talking to lots and lots of strangers, and I help other people do that. I used to be ashamed of it. I'm not anymore. I don't care. You can't cancel me, haters. Oh, I found a nice restaurant. I'm gonna go get a coffee here. It's coffee time. And I have had haters try to cancel me many times, and they can't because I am anti-fragile. Look at this place. Let's go there. Aspara. Every day is a gift. Oh. This place looks nice, but they're playing Justin Bieber, so I can't record too much. Oh, there's a little doggo. Doggo, come here. Hello. Hello, my friend. Oh, yes. I can't help myself when I see dogs or cats or monkeys or anything. I love the animals. Here we go. This is the most Bali of Bali. My bad, guys. I had the auto leveling off. When I use the widescreen, it doesn't auto level, so I hope it wasn't crooked. So now I want to talk about anxiety. Anxiety is when you try to solve every single problem at the same time. So for example, you're afraid of flying. You're like, what if the plane crashes? What if I have a panic attack on the plane when there's turbulence? How does this plane stay in the air? What if the pilot gets drunk and falls asleep at the wheel? I have to pull over here and turn the volume on my GPS. What if, what if, what if? And every question that you ask opens up 5 more questions and 5 more questions. And the thing is you can't answer these questions because they're unknown. What's that guy gonna think about me if I say this? What will my friends think about me if I don't call them today? What if I go to that party and I have to talk to that girl I like and I get nervous? And what happens is it just keeps opening up more and more questions. What if they don't like the way I look? And so you get anxiety. The key to solving this anxiety is to learn how to become present. That's why we have yoga and meditation. Even a lot of my family members, they identify with anxiety. People identify. I'm an anxious person. There's no such thing as an anxious person. Wow, look at this. Okay. There's no such thing as an anxious person. anxiety, you go to the doctor and they're just waiting to prescribe you drugs. And they put you on, they say, or ADHD, that's a whole nother story. That also doesn't exist. And they get you high. They put you on downers and uppers and everything. You know, or they say, let's talk to a psychologist so you can dive into your past. No, you need to become present right now, because if you're right now, you're not going to be thinking. You're not going to be thinking about your self-image. You're not going to be thinking about what might happen. What will happen if you crash your scooter when you're in Southeast Asia? What will happen if there's an earthquake or the volcano explodes or there's a bear? You're present and you deal with the problems as they arise. You don't predict the future or think about what happened in the past. Where am I, guys? Look at this. Just some random intersection in the back streets of Bali. Yeah, so when you're trying to solve every single problem, and these are usually unsolvable problems, like what do I say to that pretty girl? What if people see me and think I'm a creep? You can't answer them, and so you get paralyzed, and it creates adrenaline. Your abundance of thoughts creates adrenaline, which makes your heart beat faster, which in turn creates more thoughts, and so you become overwhelmed. So the key is to breathe. You focus on one thing, and that's the present moment. I really suggest you watch videos by a guy named Alan Watts. He brought Buddhism and spirituality to the West. Alan Watts will teach you a lot about how to be present and what this all is, this whole reality thing, which I'm going to get into in a minute. Another reason people get depressed and anxious is because they have no idea what happens when they die. I have a whole philosophy on what happens when I die. I watched hundreds of near-death experience videos on YouTube. Look up NDE, near-death experience. Read books on it. Listen to the people who died for 10, 15, 20 minutes, went to the other side, had an experience and came back, and tell me if you still think that this is the end. They all say the same thing. Same with people who do ayahuasca, smoke DMT. They say, this isn't real. This is an illusion. When I died, or when I smoked that DMT and went to the other side, that was real. When you die, you get embraced by infinite love, infinite possibility. Infinite love and infinite possibility. You take back what you learned here on Earth in this illusion. Your ego is part of that illusion. And then you take that back to God. And you are God. You're literally creating this. Science, quantum mechanics has proven this by science, that you are generating this vision, this simulation, as science tries to explain it, like we're a computer. We kind of are. But once you realize that this isn't the end, this is just an adventure, you die, you go back to the infinite possibility of the astral realm, and then you get to try again. You get reincarnated, and you're here to learn lessons. You're here to enjoy this life as a human. Sometimes you get stuck in a short, brown body, and you lose a leg. And you have to experience life as a short person with one leg. Sometimes you get stuck as a poor person or a dog. You might get to experience reality as a dog. You think, well, how can that be true? There's only so much time in the universe. Time is not real. Even quantum mechanics has taught us there's no such thing as time. This is an illusion. And when you learn it's an illusion, it's a game. We're playing a game, the human game, then you don't take life so seriously. You just play the game, you suffer, you learn how to enjoy it, and then you move on to the astral world, or heaven, or whatever you want to call it, nirvana. What the fuck is this? Some giant warung they're building here. See, when you release the fear of death, then you can start to enjoy life. And the closer you are to death, the closer you are to life. That's why people love extreme sports, and why some of the happiest people are going to be rock climbers, scuba divers, people who get close to death. They live dangerously. Criminals, I don't know if they're happy, but, well, this guy's running across the road. I don't know where I am, but it's beautiful out here. See, most people are agnostic, or they think they're atheists. They think nothing happens when you die. It's just lights out. What a depressing philosophy. At least the Christians. Wow, there's something I gotta go look at down here. At least the Christians have a philosophy. So that's how they got people to go into battle. Holy fuck. I'm trying. I want to go down here. Because if you're a Viking and you go into battle, at least you get to go to Valhalla. I want to see this fire. This guy's rice farming. Oh, hello. What are you doing? Oh, no one's speaking. So this guy doesn't speak English, but he's farming the rice. What a beautiful view. Okay, terima kasih. Let's go take a look at this fire down here. Look at this guy. Does he have time to be depressed? No, he's too busy harvesting rice. That's another thing, gratitude. I know people, look at this fire, they're just burning the rice crops. There's another guy down there. You have to have gratitude. Like, I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful that I'm able to make money online and travel the world, and that my friends and family are happy and healthy, and that my legs work, that I can breathe. Oh, and there's a fancy restaurant right there. Look at that place. People, they don't have any gratitude. Like, oh, I don't like my nose. Come on, man. There's things you can change about yourself and things you can't. I find most people who are depressed, it's because they have a bad self-image. They don't like the avatar they were given. You know, they put on too much body fat in certain areas. Well, you can diet. You can get liposuction. There's things you can do. You can't change your height, right? And very intelligent people suffer the most. We know too much. We just spend so much time researching, and then we know too much, and it makes us depressed. What are you putting into your mind? Are you reading the news all day? Are you like, the economy's gonna crash? World War III is coming. I used to be like this, okay? No, don't put that shit in your head. You are what you eat. That includes your mind. If you're putting depressing things in your head, you're gonna feel depressed. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Put good shit in your head. Read books. Think and Grow Rich. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Flow. The book Flow. One of my favorite books of all time. I just read a book called The Happiness Factor. No, The Happiness Advantage. Amazing book. Read it. About how when you're happy and you know it, you clap your hands. Clap your fucking hands. Put your hands above your head right now and clap. And tell me you don't feel good. Being happy is a choice. If you don't like the way you look, stop looking in the mirror. So maybe you can't get the hot guy that you want. You can't get the hot girl you want. Okay, these are material, low vibration desires. Let go of desire. Breathe. Desire clean air. Desire freedom. If you're a slave and you're stuck in a job you hate, figure out a way to get out of it. I don't know your situation, but there's always a way that you can make yourself happier. And when you're happy and you're an abundant person and you're believing that the more positive energy you put out, the more positive you get back, I guarantee you, your life will change and you'll never be depressed again. Nothing good comes from being sad. So stop doing what makes you sad, because it just doesn't work and it doesn't help. Even Kurt Cobain said, I miss the comfort in being sad, because he was rich, famous rock star, but he kept putting heroin in his body and he had self-body image issues. He was too skinny. He didn't like the way he looked. Okay? There's things you can change and things you can't change. Check out all the smoke from the burning. Crazy. Now we're getting into the beautiful places here. Look at these cars that they rent here in Bali. You see lots of these. You have to pay attention when you're driving. You can't be sightseeing all the time. I'm just turning the camera because that's how you get in an accident. The dog just runs out. Some scooter tries to overpass one of these cars, and then next thing you know, you're a bloody pulp. So always wear your helmet, okay? Your head is soft as a melon. I see all these dumb tourists driving around with their shirts off, no helmet on. That's insane. Look at this, baby in the front, dude on the left. It's crazy. Watch the movie Fight Club. You are not your things. You're not your house. You're not your car. Not your clothes. You are you. And if you lost everything tomorrow, could you get it all back again? That's part of the fun part of life, is working to build everything that you have in your life, not just possessing things, possessing people, getting validation from people. There's another beautiful temple. Probably someone's house. Where am I? This is amazing. There's people farming down here. The Balinese people, man, they're poor. But you look at them and they're grinning ear to ear. They're smiling, man. They're working hard. They're struggling, but they're smiling because their religion teaches them this. Hindu religions, Buddhist religions, they come from societies where people struggle and they suffer. Us Westerners, we're atheists. We have no belief. We lost our Christian beliefs. Now we're just scientists. Science. 99% of scientists say inject this experimental bullshit into your body and you'll be happy because grandma won't be killed. Like the media, we just believe everything that the TV tells us. 99% of scientists say this person's a racist, and then we all clap like seals. Buy more shit. I live in a backpack. I have like 4 t-shirts and I love it, man. I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have anything. In the last month, I've made more money than I have any other month in my life. How did I do it? Being happy, working, and manifesting it with meditation, going to the gym, doing the shit I know I need to do, the chores, all the things in my happy map. So I want this for all of you. I want this for everybody. Read the books. I know people that are like, I'm anxious, I have anxiety. I say, read this book. They don't read it. They don't even, you say, name one self-help book. They can't. They've never read one, yet they're depressed. 200 years ago, only kings and queens could read. It's a gift given to us. And now people spend hours and hours on TikTok looking at other people with their manufactured fake happy lives. And they think, oh, I'm miserable because I don't have that body. I don't get to travel to Bali. Well, you can build a body, okay? You can make yourself hotter. I take guys, and with a little fashion makeover, I make them 1 notch hotter. Guys, women aren't obsessed about looks the way men are, okay? And the women, that's another story. You're more than your looks, so you better develop more of your soul and your mind if you want to keep a good man. It's not just your looks. Good men get bored if you're a dum-dum, so you better be reading books and developing your personality, developing some depth. You'll be able to keep those men. Guys, quit being such pussies. Women aren't special creatures that you hold up on the pedestal like precious stones and they're so soft like kittens. They're just like us. They're men in women's bodies. You gotta talk to them normal. Don't be so nervous. And you might need to talk to 1,000 hot girls in order to get over that irrational fear. Oh, there's some kind of market here. Let's go look around this market, huh? Oh, here's some skater boys. Hello, what is this? English?
Dance,
Oshnam dance.
Yes.
Can I go see?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Terima kasih. Oh, cool skateboard, bro.
Yes.
Can you do kickflip?
No, no.
Oh. Not yet. Practice. Practice every day. Psh, Tony Hawk.
complete. No.
Okay. Okay, they said I can go see. Let's go take a look in here and see what's going on. I'm entering potato mode. The GoPro doesn't like the dark. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike. Oh. Cool. Thank you. Ah, they're doing some aerobics. You see, when you smile, it actually physically sends endorphins through your bloodstream. It releases dopamine. Try it. Smile and tell me you don't feel good. Stop thinking about yourself from an outside perspective. Oh, hello. I like your hat. So cool, yeah. Okay. No English. Hello. It's a nice, some local food, some bakso. I think that's bakso. Fish. There's some shops. Oh, it's so cheap here. 10,000. Hello. Oh no, I'm not hungry. Nobody really knows I'm filming because I have the GoPro attached to my backpack.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
You speaking English?
I'm speaking very small.
Oh, what is this place? What is this place?
Oh, this is Payangan market in
Payangan market.
Payangan market.
Ah, it's very local.
Payangan, the traditional market in Payangan.
Oh,
This is district Payangan.
Payangan.
Yeah.
And what is this way if I keep going? Is there anything beautiful if I keep going this road?
This is Kintamani.
Kintaman.
Oh.
Is your family?
This is my son.
Oh, beautiful,
Yeah.
baby.
Thank you. Are you from
Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm from Kintamani. I'm from Bali.
Nice. I love.
Welcome to Bali.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Terima
My name is
kasih.
Jojo.
Yo-yo?
Jojo.
Jojo. I'm
Yeah.
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
Do you first one in Bali?
No, second time in Bali.
Second time then.
Yeah.
you
I'm just
like Bali?
exploring and I'm making some movie.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you YouTuber?
YouTube.
YouTube?
You want to be on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
This is my new friend Jojo.
Hi, my name is Jojo from Bali. This is my family. This is my wife. Is my son.
Hello.
She name is Ketut.
Your daughter.
Yeah. My daughter. Yeah.
Kitchik.
Hola.
Hello.
Hi.
So cute. Okay. It's
Okay. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you.
it's Tony Travels.
Tony Travel.
Tony Travels.
Tony Travel in YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm subscribed for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Like and subscribe.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye bye. Hello.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good singing. Yeah, film him. Bye bye. Barbecue corn. Hello. Little girls. What's this statue all about? The dogs are chilling here. It looks like some famous warriors. Hey, let me know in the comments what this is about. My Bali, my Indonesian homies. Where are you from?
Ayan.
Bayan. Here.
Yeah.
And you, what's your name?
Kusura.
Kosura, nice to meet you. What do you know? I can't have more coffee. I already had too many. I'm on diet to make myself skinny and shape and exercise.
You big.
Yeah. I don't want to be bigger. I want to be smaller.
You come from?
Like Indonesian,
You come from?
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah. And you live here. You grow up here.
Indonesia, yeah. Bali.
What can you tell me about Bali?
Yeah.
What is Bali?
Yes, it's Bali.
Bali is magic.
Yeah.
I like it. Now I'm going to drive my motorcycle this way. You have motorcycle?
Yeah.
It's good coffee, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, bro. It's nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you, my friend.
Terima kasih.
Yeah. Terima kasih.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Amazing people, huh? They all want to talk to the foreign guy. You know, I watched this YouTube video, this documentary about a woman, and I read her book too, who was a child sex slave. Horrible, horrible, man. She got traded around by the elites in England and used as a sex slave when she was 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. Devastating. They tortured her, they did horrible things to her, and now she went and she spent a lot of time with yoga teachers, meditation gurus, and now she helps people. She helps people who went through that themselves to deal with it, and her life, very dangerous, and her life is very fulfilling now. She's a coach, she's a teacher. Find a way to help people. Get involved with your community. I try to do the best I can. I'm pretty individual, but I hope I help you guys. I hope I'm leaving something behind so that you guys can feel better about being alive, at least. I like to show you where I'm traveling, but I want to inspire you to let go of your fears and anxieties and depressions. Traveling will not make you happy necessarily. You have to do the work. You need to create a philosophy. It's work every single day. If you're depressed, you got to ask yourself, do I like this? No, I don't. And when you're happy, become very present and go, oh, I like this. What did I do last week, last month to put myself in this situation? What's your map? Create your map. Become present. Read the self-help books. Don't isolate yourself completely. And that's all, man. That's all I'm going to say today, guys. I hope you like this video. Share it with your friends. Adios.